Another beautiful weekend night here at the garage. Here it is in the middle of May 2023. Oh, it's nice up here. I'm Mark. You're watching the Garage Guy 879 channel. And over the past several months, well, even longer than that, plumb into last year, I've always talked about how Ruger makes the best semi-auto rimfire pistols. But you know what? I want to give something else a try, something different. Now here, over a year ago, I had the Beretta, M9 A1 Chamberton 22 LR. I love that thing. It's a tack driver. It's just a whole lot of fun. And I put quite a few rounds through it here. Lately, I decided, well, you know, I got the Beretta. I got the Taurus TX22, which is all right. But what else is out there besides those in Ruger? This right here, my friends, in this box is a Smith & Wesson SW22, of course, Chamberton 22 LR. And I had been on the fence about this because there's one thing that really gets me about it. To do the takedown, you have to remove a screw. It's under the bottom of the barrel right in front of the trigger guard, and I'm like, my gosh, what if somebody cross threads it or loses a screw or what have you? Well, the answer's simple. Get on eBay or the Smith & Wesson website or Amazon and order about 5 or 6 extras. You know, it's just that simple. But I will give Smith & Wesson credit. This did come out before the Mark IV Rugers. And with that simple takedown this has, it got Ruger's butt in gear. And they came out with the Mark IV with their simple takedown. So, yeah, I figured it's about time I give this a try. So what do you say we go over here on the bench under the bright light and have our first look at this? Well, at least my first look anyway. Let's do it to it. Okay, before I start this on the bench under the bright light segment, I do want to say I had to go over after I tried to edit this and do this segment again because I must have accidentally deleted the original on the bench under the bright light segment. So here we go again. Comes in your standard Smith & Wesson cardboard box right here. We open it up and I removed the plastic from the firearm, which is not in here. Of course, you have your instruction manual, California firearms warning card. Yeah, everything will kill you in California. NRA paper right there, and registration card, what comes in the box right here. You have 2 steel 10-round magazines with the thumb load assist right here. And they both work very well. Have no complaints with them. Right there, 2 10-rounders. Lime green safety lock right here. And this right here. Get this out of the way. Here is a rail to mount an optic on the Victory. Does have a built-in sight on the back, kind of a gutter sight type. But then it does have the Allen wrench tool. As you can see right here on top of the pistol itself, if you remove this screw, you can just pop it up, remove the whole thing, and replace it with the rail. But I won't be doing that because this is polymer. Now, if it was aluminum or steel, I might consider it, but I have no plans to put an optic on it. This right here, you know, it's decent. And I do have the Talon rubber grip put on it. I took the first shots with it, factory without the Talon grip, and it was slick as a ribbon. So I put this on afterwards, right here. But the thing was dead on. It worked really well. And the sights, these green fiber optic sights, let me see if I can get behind the camera right here right quick. Shows up nice, don't it? Yeah. And they show up just as nice in the daylight too. And there's one problem I had with it, and let's see if the light can pick this up. A tooling mark right here. Just maybe not even 1/4 of an inch long, right there. Yeah, maybe what you might call a blemish or something like that. Other than that, it looks decent. Feels good in hand. Shot well, very accurate. Right here you have the slide stop lever. Works very well. Now I don't like doing this. And a safety. Up for safe, down for fire. Good to go. Threaded barrel, of course. You know, right under here is that screw. The takedown part right there, you want to take it down, you remove that screw, and then you just kind of back and pop up. The whole upper comes off. Very easy peasy cleaning. Alright, what do you say we get out here and watch me take the first shots with this. Center frame. Alright, Smith & Wesson 22 Victory, first shots. Now I got a target right over there, that silhouette target. I just finished doing a shooting segment for a Glock 23 Gen 5. And that can of spray paint that's sitting on the 4x4 to the left of the silhouette target, the nozzle got stopped up, so I couldn't repaint the target. So I'm going to go ahead and shoot it anyway. 10 rounds, 22 LR, CCI Stingers. And then I'll put a second magazine in and see if I can hit that spray paint can. First shots. All right. See what happens. Nothing happened. Let's try this. There we go. Worked all right. Let's see if I can hit the spray paint can. Okay, that didn't work so good. Dang. Let's try around. Yeah. Worked all right. Couple things I don't like about it though, but we'll talk about that when we wrap it up here in just a minute. All right, what do you say I go ahead and have a sit down right here and we will wrap this video up. First of all, you know, my final thoughts and impressions here. I am pleasantly surprised. This thing worked well. These fiber optic sights are tinted green, and they were dead on. You know, during the day out there when I was shooting it earlier, there's no excuse for anybody missing their target with this pistol right here. It was awesome. And of course, if I haven't mentioned it before, this does have a threaded barrel. Maybe later on down the road I might put a muzzle brake on it, you know. Jury's still out on that, but right now I'm going to leave that alone. Now, let's get to a couple of negatives. First of all, the grip. Yeah, it looks different, but let me say this. The grip, the way it was, it sucks. It flat out sucks. That's just my opinion, okay? Do y'all remember those ice cream cones they put out back in the day? They were called Nutty Buddy. Well, that's what this reminded me of, except a Nutty Buddy ice cream cone had a better grip on it. And as you can see right here, I don't know if the camera's picking that up or not. I do have the Talon rubber grip on here. I wanted to try it without it first. And I'm like, oh no, Talon rubber grips right here all day long. Okay, and the second thing I did not like about it was the trigger. I don't mean the trigger action, I mean the trigger blade itself right here. It's plastic, polymer, whatever you want to call it. It is slick as glass, and you know, I'd fire 2 or 3 shots when I'd first start. My trigger finger would be up here, but after 2 or 3 shots, it would be all the way down at the bottom, against the bottom of the trigger guard. I do not like it. I'm not going to change any springs, but I am going to change the trigger itself. I'm going to go flat-faced. All right, the optics on here. Well, I done talked about the sights, but right here you can change out the rear sight, and right here to put a rail on for an optic, a red dot, what have you. Not going to do that. I like it the way it is. I already have an optic on my Ruger 22-45 light gold pistol we've seen here on my channel earlier, and I just like it the way it is. You know, once I get that replacement trigger blade in here, and I got these rubber Talon grips on here, this thing is going to be so much more fun. And heck, even the way it is now, it was still a lot of fun. I don't do competition shooting unless it's with some of my buddies, and we might throw a few dollars into the pot and winner take all. Now here's another thing. The weight. This is a heavy pistol, especially for 22 LR. You know, I thought my Ruger Mark IV target model was heavy at 35 ounces. This is just a tad heavier. This is 37 ounces. But it's got a really good line of sight, really good balance to it. And like I said, I am very pleasantly surprised by this. This is awesome, okay? Is it Ruger rimfire awesome? Not yet. You know, I got to do a little more shooting with it, but I'm sure, yeah, it'll come close. My opinion, Ruger is the best when it comes to semi-auto rimfire. This right here, it's right up with them, all right? Well, that's just my first thoughts, impressions, what have you, about the Smith & Wesson SW22 Victory. And I'm really sorry that I waited so long to give one a try, but I'm glad I did. Like I said, pleasantly surprised. Only negatives, the trigger blade itself and the Nutty Buddy slick grip. Now I want an ice cream cone. All right, and don't worry, I'm not going to sing. There's no full moon tonight over the garage, so we're good to go there. I'm Mark, Garage Guy 879. I hope you found this video informative. I'm going to go back to the house and watch Uncle Jim's live stream. Hope everybody has a really great rest of the weekend. And always remember, when you go shooting, please be safe.